The future belongs to those who innovate today. And at the grassroots, technology is not just a tool, it is a pathway to opportunity. Welcome to Grassroots. I am Muhammad Kabir Mukhtar. In every community, technology is reshaping how we learn, work, and connect. Today, we want to find out how can young people harness digital skills and creativity to build sustainable futures right from the grassroots. Joining us today are two creative personalities. We have Mr. Eyide Jonathan Orishemisa, youth leader, development communicator, and an environmentalist, founder of Pathshaker, and he empowers young people through digital skills, sustainability, and entrepreneurship. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you so much. It's my honor to be here.
Thank you. We also have Princess Kelechi Onoha, who is a youth advocate, a gender activist, a writer, and an entrepreneur, founder of prestigious Ladies International and CEO of Devon Solar Global. She champions women and youth empowerment. You're welcome, Princess.
Thank you very much, sir.
Together, they will explore how innovation, technology, and entrepreneurship to transform grassroots communities. We talk about how technology have transformed our communities or probably the world, maybe through digital skills, creativity, even in entrepreneurship. Can we really, or rather, can you tell us what really does it mean to harness technology from our grassroots communities?
Okay, thank you so much. That's a very brilliant question. So when it comes to harnessing technology at the grassroots, I must say this and state it very clearly that technology shouldn't be a thing of luxury. Just like the way we champion the sustainable development goals, sustainable should be a thing that is accessible to all man, irrespective of where they come from. But understand that all fingers are not equal, but we need to think beyond the norms to see how we can provide access as persons of capacity, as youth leaders like us, champions of transformative change in the society. We need to see how we can bring technology closer to the people so they too can harness their potential and possibly connect them to skills that they can use to be financially independent, breaking the cycle of poverty.
Yes. Princess, you heard what he said.
Yes, and, I totally agree with him. But then when we talk about technology, we talk as if technology is still far. But technology is here with us.
Yes.
And at the grassroots level, it has not been fully harnessed. And there are reasons why it has not been harnessed. And I feel that the government and there should be policies that should govern these things so that those at the grassroots can participate in what technology has to give. A society that is still blinded when it comes to technology is lost. And in this part of the world, the grassroots especially, and when they talk about grassroots, the opposite of grassroots should be grassroots, right? And the whole thing I have to say here is, let's bring what we have at the grass top to the grassroots.
That's true. Okay, so before we go into different aspects of the advantages of technology, based on what is happening in our communities now, what really are the challenges that this technology brings to our grassroots communities?
There are challenges, but then we will not be able to harness these challenges right now because at the grassroots, we don't really have what it takes, right, when it comes to technology. There are still limitations.
Yes.
There are still people who have not accessed technology. And now, it's when we have it there, before we'll be able to say these are the challenges. Yes, because we don't really have it there to say. But there are some little challenges which is an issue, but not really an issue. Because if we are to bring technology to the grassroots, we are to educate these people about these things. Now, they are aware of technology, but I think in the negative aspect. So if we are to bring technology to the grassroots, there needs to be an enlightenment. There needs to be a mindset shift. So we'll say there will be challenges when we have them fully at the grassroots.
Okay. Despite what she said, do you really think then those challenges, or rather, if I may put the question, how do you think this technology affects the younger generation from childhood?
Okay, when it comes to the disadvantages of technology, I want to speak as a young person because I'm still young to have my primes. A lot of young people get access to uncensored information, and that can rewrite their thoughts about how they see the society. Somebody who is like 12, 13 years old is seeing another, let's say 21-year-old, who is living alone, who is riding a car on the Maserati, even in Lekki Island or Asokoro, Jabi Estate, and he's seeing that kind of person on social media. The young person who is 15 years old doesn't really know what it took that person to become what he is today. And because the things you just find on social media or the internet is just, I am this, I got this at 21. They didn't really tell you what it took them for them to become the person they are. So that's part one. Another issue that I think technology is bringing to the young people is now a lot of young people just see technology like only the social media thing, Instagram, TikTok, and whatever it is that it's just there to shake head and shake body and put one song underneath. But there are things you can do beyond that social media. We have AI that is transforming or revolutionizing the whole industry today. With technology, you shouldn't just pay attention to Facebook. You can even take YouTube as a learning platform where you can use to learn a lot of things that can better your society and transform the nation. Yeah.
Okay, so how do you think our rural communities, or rather young adults, young generation in the rural communities can tap into using technology?
I think when it comes to educational facilities, in our educational facilities, we should bring about ICT. Now, if you have to go check these things up, they will tell you, yes, we have it. But it is not as functional as it should be at the rural setting, that's at the grassroots. So I think that there should be policies where it should be a must. And it should be learned in the primary, secondary schools in rural areas. Right? So these things these are ways that we can help our elders in the rural community to bring up technology.
Technology is not just about devices. It's about ideas, creativity, and problem solving. So from what you said before, sir, looking at how youth are just focusing on social media, but beyond social media, what career paths do you think this young generation can follow in technology?
Okay, so when it comes to career path and using digital technology as a pavement, I'm going to talk about you can become anything so far you deem it fit that you want to become that thing. And I want to draw it from this perspective that you can't become anything you don't have a mental picture about. The reason why I'm into tech today is because I have Mr. Raphael who is into community management and game development. They're like big mental model for me that, I love what this person is doing and I want to become like what is not become him but become what he's doing. And that gave me the curiosity gave me the curiosity, yes, I may say, to venture into learning. What can I do? What can I know to transform where I am? So when it comes to young people in the grassroots harnessing technology, there are a lot of career paths they can take. But first of all, it has to come from that mindset of curiosity, going out there to explore what the world holds for them. And they could use YouTube as a channel to gain access to the world. Yeah, the social media, you can search, what are the careers in tech? When you go through YouTube, you see, UI, UX, web development, graphic design, copywriting, software development, programming, full stack, data scientist. And when you are aware, curiosity took you there, then you now start paying the price to learn. So paying the price means you mustn't take courses on Udemy. There are a lot of free learning platforms you can harness. There are free code camps. We have even YouTube that is accessible to anybody so far you have access to the internet, where you can see a lot of tutors out there on YouTube that are giving out free knowledge that can transform your life if you pay attention to sit down and learn from those courses.
Okay. So, Princess, you heard from what he has said, there are a lot of career paths. Being a woman advocate, how do you think they can put all those things to integrate them with their own lifestyle, maybe in their local entrepreneurship?
Okay, let's not go too far, right? Because when it comes to technology, at this grassroots, we have educated, we have uneducated,
Yes.
right? And then we have doctors at the grassroots. We have educationists at the grassroots. We have people who are into commerce, we have market women at the grassroots. And the reason why I said the grassroots has, in fact, Nigeria as a whole have not really assessed technology. The reason is there is no career path today that does not have a technology aspect.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So the market woman, there is a technology aspect of the market.
Yes.
The education is a teacher, there is a technology aspect. You have Coursera, you have Udemy, you have the YouTube where you can learn.
Yes.
As a doctor in the grassroots, there are things you can do when.
Okay, like now, you want to say something?
Yeah, so when it comes to that mindset shift, I think, like I said before, we have to take it beyond policy. We have to take it at an individual level.
Yes.
I know somebody that is a model to me. Can I be a model to somebody else too in my own grassroots community? That's where freelance to graphic design, a project I'm currently working with activists that comes in. We want to cascade down the knowledge of what can I do? How can I be employed or self-employed from where I am and connect to the global stage?
Yes.
So freelance to graphic design has to tell you that from the comfort of your home or from your community, you can learn tech skills. These tech skills through free medium platform like YouTube, and you can even create a portfolio. That portfolio is what will show that, oh, I am this, and I have competence. And when you talk about innovation hub, it sparked something for me.
Yes.
I told somebody that if the way I am today, I have the kind of knowledge I have today 10 years ago, I wouldn't be sitting where I am today with all sense of humility. But if we can bring such kind of technology closer to the grassroots, because I said earlier that technology shouldn't be a thing of luxury. Technology should be a thing that is accessible, basic for every Nigerian.
Yes. Princess, as a diversified entrepreneur, and from the experience you've had, what do you think the government or policymakers should do in order to bridge this gap of technology?
I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. Bring the grass crop to the grassroots. Let us have what we have in the urban areas to the rural areas. Accessible network, subsidize these devices for those at the grassroots, probably make them locally, but let it be good enough that somebody can use, about some gender issues when it comes to technology, because we are all in this hub, technology hub to learn. And then provide hubs, innovative hubs, where people can, I love what Alhaji Abdullahi Kandido is doing, that's the former AMAC chairman at Jiwa. You have loads of systems in a very long building where you have people coming to learn ICT.
Yes.
When you get to that environment, you know that such things are lacking. And it was so wise that it was created. So things like that, if we have them in all our communities. Now, when it comes to elections, when it comes to politics, we know how to get down to these people. Right? So even down to the ward level.
Yes.
Can we go down to the ward level to educate these people, provide these hubs, tell them why they should be here, and then let there be a time frame. It could be 2 hours per day, it could be 3 hours per day, sections by sections, and let there be train the trainers.
Yes.
You might not have all the people at once to come from the urban center to come educate these people. Why not take people from the grassroots, train them on the use of technology, and then let them go back to the grassroots and then
retrain their own.
Yes, you train their own. So it won't be cumbersome and it won't be too heavy for the government. It is good that we start these things, but sustainability is key. So we have to sustain it, let it be monthly, weekly.
Okay, to talk what President said, how do you think schools and other institutions in the communities can also contribute to bridging this technology gap?
Okay, so when it comes to schools and institutions bridging this gap, firstly, I must say I appreciate the Nigerian government for being able to rewrite the narrative when it comes to educational curriculum, bringing in tech programming and a lot of coding into the Nigerian curriculum. That is to say, they could see what other countries like China, Indonesia are doing when it comes to bringing their young ones into technology. But again, I also want to appreciate the Nigerian government again for what they are doing regarding the 3MTT, 3 Million Training Program, like what Princess have said. Is a digital platform where young Nigerians can embrace digital technology. And when it comes to institutions and schools, again, it boils down to awareness. But let's take a case study. There is a technology lab in Abuja called Island. Island does this what they call it, school summer boot camp. Yes, they do summer boot camp for young children, for them to get access to knowledge like robotic, AI engineering, web development. Those are some of the things they are doing in the grassroots to bridge that connect. Thank you.
Thank you. But with all that is said, how do you think, Princess, we can use technology responsibly and not to aid cybercrimes?
There's a lot of ways we can aid technology positively. And when we say positively, that's to say that there's a negative aspect of it. Now, as Nigerians, as young adults, as youth in the society, can we harness the positive aspect of technology? Let's use it to make good money, promote ourselves. Individually, we are brands. Yes. Why not promote yourself as a brand? Promote what you sell. These are ways that you can use this positively. Let's not aid cybercrime. I tell people, you see the social media space. I have a space on social media. You have, same as Jonathan, right? The same way you protect your home should be the same way you protect your space on social media. Know what you post. Don't give in to hate talks. Say things that are educative. Let it be a platform for learning, relearning, and unlearning. Let it be a place where you go, you take in, and you put out.
Yes.
Right? So if we can see the social media space, the technology space that way, I think by 2030, Nigeria will not be where we are when it comes to technology.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. I think to wrap it up, we talked about mindset earlier. What advice will you give the younger generation in order to change their mindset and tap into these opportunities?
Oh, that's amazing. I think you're a YouTube prophet. So, like 4 hours ago, before I joined here, I made a post on social media that has to do with you have to learn before you become.
Yes.
And learning before you become has to do with what I am doing with the term path shaker. Path shaker is not, that's the brand I work with. Path shaker is not just something that connects young people with digital tech. I have a couple of young persons who are within my space right now. Some of them come to my house and I teach them graphic design. But I tell them that the goal is not graphic design. The goal is from beginner to mastery. You start as a graphic designer, you understand what social media management is all about, you understand what communication is all about, copywriting, creating good content, user experience, user interface. You can be a freelancer and work from the comfort of your home. Yes. But again, it comes with one, building social tech leaders. Leadership is a very key point for me. Like, I hold leadership as a prerequisite when I relate with people. I want to see your leadership style. So for me, I don't want to have young people in my space who are nonchalant, who comes up with excuse, who doesn't know what discipline is all about, who doesn't have responsibility. We have the Cybercrime Act that is already in the Nigerian policy that has to do with taking advantage or using technology responsibly. So these young people who are within my closet, I'm bridging that gap when it comes to leadership and technology. My life is a model. Just like what she said, I have a digital space on the social media. You can search for me, Jonathan. And when you go through my social media, I do a lot of things, but 3 things are key for me. Number 1, web development. Number 2, youth development communication. I encourage and I talk to young people when it comes to building their self. environmentally, tech-wise, morally. I don't talk much about faith, but I'm a person of faith. So to sum it all up, when it comes to using technology responsibly, young people need to understand that it is what you give out there that people perceive you to be. You can't use your digital space to start posting and dragging somebody online.
Any advice before we go?
Johnson has said a lot, but the word we have not harnessed what we needed to harness when it comes to technology around the world. And I think that's an untapped gold for we Nigerians. And my advice to youth is that let's use the positive aspect of technology to grow ourselves, our nation, to grow the world. From technology, we can see the world really lens. So if we can develop ourselves, you can do anything with technology. I was advising a young girl the other day. I said, you were learning fashion designing. And do you know why you were learning? You can still be making money. Because she was like, she's tired, this usually get tired and frustrated. Yes, she said, I don't like that, my woman, and it's even much easier for them these days than when our mothers learned, because they used to give us the gist how you would go to the farm and do other things. But this time, who tells you to go to the farm?
They still have time to do a lot of things.
And I told her that I made 2 trousers, pants for girls, and I told her how much I bought that material, and I told her that from that I made 20,000 from just 2, apart from the material and then apart from the tailoring aspect. And she was like, wow, because she didn't know. That was why I said, can we educate this people? And now she's very excited because there's something new that's in her. She's eager. Yeah, something is motivating, and she wants to learn, and she wants to keep learning. And then what I told her, she can actually make it. And I asked her to come by the weekend. Let me set up some stuff for her on social media where she can have to do this thing. And she's excited. And I know there are so many young people out there that are hungry for success. They want more, but they do not have access, or there's nobody there to train them or to teach them. And that is one of the reasons why I brought about Prestigious Ladies International, where you teach ladies on how to make money, how to become who they want to be, how to give them voices. Yes, we talk about character, we talk about leadership and all of that. Because if we look at it, character is extinguishing somehow in the society, and then somebody needs to stand up for it. So I'm using technology to do that.
When youths harness technology at the grassroots, they don't just follow the future, they create it. To our guests, Mr. Eyide Jonathan and Princess Kelechi Onoha, thank you for your insights. And to our viewers, remember, innovation starts with you, your curiosity, and your community. I am Muhammad Kabir Mukhtar. Stay rooted, stay grounded, and keep building from the grassroots.